Hi, this is Johnny from Johnny's Auto Repairs. Today we're going to replace the upper control arm of a 2006 Mazda 6, and I think it's the same as 2006 and 7 and maybe 2008. And to do this, it's really not too difficult. I think a DIYer should be able to do it. And excuse my froggy voice because I'm getting over a cold. Okay, there's the 17mm bolt there, and then in the back there's a 13 and a 13. And then you're gonna. The tricky part of here is you're gonna have to break the this ball joint part, take it and separate it. And I've got like 3 tools that I use for that, and I'll kind of go over what I usually do in that situation. You know, for these 13s back here, the best thing to do is take a long 13mm wrench. You can do it with a regular one. I did that, and but you're gonna have to really use some force. Okay, now we're going to have to separate this. I'm going to try like a pickle fork, but there's a couple other tools I'll show you in a second. Okay, here's the 3 tools I use for separating out a ball joint. And this is the first pickle fork, which is probably the most common. You may destroy the boot, but I'm going to replace it, the control arm anyway, so it doesn't matter. And this one here, you thread into the kind of the bolt that's coming down, and this goes around the top of the ball joint, and you just keep twisting that. And this one here, it's kind of the same deal, but this goes on the bolt that goes down there, and this one goes over the top, and you just tighten this. So we're going to start with the pickle fork and see how that works. This one has never failed me yet, so but you know, you got to get it set up. So this is the kind of the first thing I usually try, the pickle fork. And when you do this, the flat side goes on the bottom. And then time for the sledgehammer. That was kind of violent. Okay, this is kind of hard to film, but I got my 13mm ratcheting wrench on this 13mm bolt. I think we're going to have some problems with the clearance, so let me, because if you notice, it's this coil's like might be in the way, so I'll let you know when I get a little farther out. Okay, what I did is I put a jack under the ball joint over here, and compress the spring a little bit. And then looks like we got plenty of clearance to take it out now. So I'll come back when we get to the other side. Okay, I got an update. After jacking this spring up, I had to take a pry bar and pry this down to get the bolt out. But that was fun. Well, the left one I think is going to be easier, so we'll try that next. Okay, for the left bolt, I have it jacked up a little bit, but there seems to be plenty of room to get it out. So it just comes out like that, and it's a pretty long bolt. I mean, if you have a ratcheting wrench, that'll definitely help you out. Okay, it's always a good idea to compare the old new part. Here's the one we took out, and the new part here, the only thing difference I can see is he uses a nut and a cotter pin for the ball joint, but everything else looks fine. So I'll put that in there, and I'll see if we can get that that right bolt in. Okay, to get that bolt in there, I had to first have it to the inside the coil. Then I took this pry bar, moved it up, and then slid it in. So, you know, you just gotta keep trying, see what happens, see what works. Okay, I'm all done here. This nut here has a cotter pin on there, so I got that in there. And as far as the torque specs, I really couldn't find one. I saw another video that said, well, take these back to 49 and this one 39. So for the ones that go through the frame, I just put a long 13-inch 13 millimeter ratchet in there and just tighten it pretty much as hard as you can. And so that wasn't the only tricky part of the whole thing, was getting these bolts that are right next to the coil. And I guess I could have pried the coil back and forth. That's another thing I could do. But hopefully this was helpful for anyone with the 2006 to 2008 Mazda 6 and they needed to replace the upper control arm. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.